y'all, look. This how slow I am. Look, so this whole time, I don't know how long I've been doing this. Probably for months by now. Probably for months. So anyway, I have been recording, not from my actual like microphone. I've been recording from my camera, like audio. But you know what? We not even gonna talk about it. Cause look. Now I know, and look, y'all finna see a difference in audio. This is insane. I'm actually kind of like, damn, like what the fuck. Anyways, bro, I have no quote. This really just me bitten, cause I'm slow as shit. Anyways, we come with the most confusing player in the NBA. I am fucking flabbergasted. Anyway, welcome new subscribers, new people. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Cause look, from this point on, the audio is gonna be completely different. So it don't matter, cause you knew. So it don't matter. Let's go ahead and jump to the video.
Always ready to push. Poole falls down, turns.
Oh my God.
I missed it. I ain't gonna lie, I missed
Always
it.
ready to push.
The fuck?
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest here. I have no idea what this is, but I think that's okay because I don't think anybody
Damn.
knows what is happening here. But the one thing that is certain is that this is just a glimpse into how rough this season has been. Because right after a breakout season in his third year in the league, Jordan Poole signed a contract extension of 4 years, $128 million. But now, the year before that contract goes into effect, he is having a noticeably worse season to the point where some fans say the Warriors should have never even given him that much money.
Word?
So, how did this happen?
Now that's
How do we
sick.
get to a point where this contract extension, which was seen as a no-brainer to some fans, is now one that is being questioned not even a year later? Well, it's...
I mean, it's like I understand. Cause look, y'all really like the Warriors got crazy money. So y'all really he had like one good year, and y'all was like fuck you, millions. Like what the look like? And I at least say 3 years like consistent. Then I'll be like, yeah, you get like John Morant. Like John Morant got like rookie of the year, and then he got like most improved. Like he just kept improving. Then he got his money. Y'all just be throwing like dude, he just had one good year. Damn.
Starts with what happened last season, because after his second year in the league, Jordan Poole was still trying to find his place on a Warriors team that was struggling to find their footing after so many injuries. And after a year in which he spent a considerable amount of time in the G League, he made it a point to work throughout the offseason to be able to provide the team with a consistent second scoring option while Klay Thompson recovered from injury. Coming into preseason, it was already clear that that's what he was going to be, and we would see it come to fruition throughout the season. But the real jump would happen toward the end of the season, where Stephen Curry would go down with a leg injury and Poole would be inserted back into the starting lineup. And he would average 26 points over the rest of the regular season and 21 points in the first round of the playoffs, where he would continue starting as Steph worked his way back into his normal rotation.
Curry got back,
and after that, he would be sent back to the bench unit and help the Warriors win the 2022 championship.
And that's
later
it.
that offseason, the Warriors would end up signing him to a contract extension worth 4 years, $128 million.
Like y'all. Just bruh. You tell me all I gotta do is turn up for 1 year and I get 128 million? Boy, put me out there, coach. Man, I would shoot from the logo. What you talking about? What the fuck?
And then it happens. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but just from watching the games, it definitely seems as though this incident might still be in their minds when they're on the court together, which we will talk about later. But from this point on, nothing seemed to be the same. Of course, they've had their moments of looking like the championship contending team from last season, but on most nights, they look completely lost and out of sorts. And a lot of that blame has been put on Jordan Poole, as he was supposed to be responsible for bridging the gap between the Warriors' two timelines, because the way they attempted to build a team meant that they would have a starting lineup with the veteran players and a bench full of younger talent to help provide a spark. hasn't worked out so far, to say the least. And a lot of their struggles so far this season have been attributed to three main things.
See, he be having his
Bad
moments, bro. He be
defense,
having his
bad
moments.
decision making, and offensive production outside of the starting lineup. All three of which Jordan can be directly responsible for. Let's start with the defense, because although he's not expected to be a great defender, some of these plays have been laughable. Between just falling asleep on cuts, being slow to contest a shot, or just looking like he's given up. But there are also statistics to back this up, because he's been involved in 15 different lineups that have played 50 or more possessions together. And the only one you can really say is great is a 5-man lineup of Jordan Poole, Dante DiVincenzo, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green. A lineup with him surrounded by probably
Shit, when you showing these clips, this nigga like the next Curry. God damn, hold up.
DiVincenzo, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and Draymond Green. A lineup with him surrounded by probably the 4 best defenders on the team. So it makes sense why that lineup is so great on defense. But it's not because of him. But in the same way that I can't necessarily give him credit for that lineup, I won't put the entire defensive struggle on him, because there are 4 other players on the floor contributing to that. But the 2 other factors, the bad decision making and the offensive production, he definitely carries a lot more blame for both of those. We'll start with the decision making, which is actually a multi-part issue on its own, mainly due to his turnovers and his shot selection. When it comes to the turnovers, he's been noticeably worse this season. He currently has the 3rd most turnovers in the entire league this year, compared to 24th last year. And a lot of these turnovers are ones that should have never even happened, because they seem as though they could have been prevented had he just slowed down a little bit on the play. They're unforced, the worst kind of turnover. To put it into perspective, out of his 219 total turnovers this year, 85 of those are from traveling, carrying, or just losing the ball. But in addition to that, he's also had questionable shot selection on a lot of occasions throughout the year. And it's frustrating, because he's currently shooting over 70% between 0 and 3 feet. And he's been very effective going downhill more often than not. But there are times where he just insists on shooting tough step-back threes, despite him not being the shooter that he was last season. One of these shots being so bad that Stephen Curry would end up getting so frustrated that he actually got himself ejected in the process after throwing his mouthpiece into the stands. But this isn't the only time that this decision-making has pissed off other players on the team. All 3 members of the Warriors' Big 3 have their own moment with Jordan.
This nigga Curry looking like, nigga, you just got the G League. Give me the fucking ball. Nigga, like, who is you? Like, hey, you had one good year. Okay, cool. Nigga, I've been here.
Poole this season. Steph Curry has the play that I just talked about. Klay Thompson has this play in the clutch at the end of a game where he loses his balance for no clear reason and turns the ball over. Lost ball turnover, by the way. And Draymond Green has this play where Jordan refuses to pass him the ball in the post, and he responds by just not playing anymore. But I understand that this play in particular is definitely more of a Draymond problem than a Poole one. And it could also be a lingering side effect of what happened in practice before the start of the season. But the point still stands. Multiple other players on the team have had their moments being frustrated with some of his decision making. But if they weren't frustrated with that, they were definitely frustrated with the level of offensive production from the bench. And that's our last key factor. Because when Jordan Poole was put back on the bench at the start of the season, he was expected to be a primary scorer and a facilitator that would run the offense while the starters sat. And this was expected to be absolutely unbeatable. You run into, statistically, the best starting lineup in the NBA, and then you have Jordan Poole coming off of that breakout season, coming off the bench. It was expected to be a cakewalk, but clearly it has been anything but, because although...
Man, y'all, man, stop it. Nobody, I mean, Warrior fans, shout out to y'all, because y'all just be thinking, like, shit sweet. I swear to God, man, I don't know how y'all won last year. Shout out to y'all, because I swear to God, I did not think y'all was going to win, but shout out to y'all, because ain't no fucking way.
The bench has picked up their level of play in recent months. Towards the start of the season, they were historically bad, with Poole of course being at the center of it, because in about the first month and a half of the season, the Warriors played 23 games. Jordan Poole came off the bench for 19 of those games, and started 4 of them, and during that time, he averaged just 16 points per game. But then things changed. Because after multiple injuries to key starters, he was put back into the starting lineup over the next month.
Okay.
And during that time, he averaged
there.
26 points per game. And this has been a conversation throughout the year, is his level of play as a starter versus as a bench player. Because these two versions of Jordan Poole
Let's see this. So you getting 14. Okay. I mean, the only thing you really see the difference in is really points for real. Like the rebounds, I mean, it's not too bad. You feel me? Not really.
have been drastically different, despite the two of them playing a similar amount of minutes. And there's really no definitive reason why, but that is kind of a positive thing. Because it shows that the player the Warriors expected when they signed him to that extension is still there. It's just that he only shows himself in specific circumstances.
Yeah.
And that's a problem that he also had last season, but his upside was enough to mask how inconsistent he was at times.
So,
this season, he doesn't get that same luxury, and that's where the issue is.
So he only,
because
pop
now
up
they
as a
need
starter.
him to be that player more than ever, and he's simply not living up to the expectations that people have for him on most nights. And like I said before, there are still those games where he shows us the player that he can be, but there are also moments where he still looks like that player that just came back up from the G League. If the Warriors are going to turn the season around, which who knows if they even can do that at this point, but if they want to do that, then Jordan Poole needs to at least be a more consistent option. He doesn't even necessarily need to do that much. Just be more consistent, because it's that inconsistency on a game-to-game basis that really hurts,
He might
as
just be
told
better in
by
the
this
playoffs.
anonymous Western Conference staffer, because even they can see that Jordan Poole is possibly the most confusing player in the NBA. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload.
Yes, sir.
Comment down below what you want to see
Talk
next.
to 'em.
And as always, I'll see you guys in
Yes,
the next one.
sir. Man, y'all, if y'all enjoyed that video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But I ain't done yet. But man, what y'all think about Jordan Poole? I feel like he just need like one off season. Like say the Warriors don't make it in the playoffs or the play-in, right? I think he just need to play up the time off just to really practice his handles, really give like a trainer. He'll be straight. Like how old is Jordan Poole? He's not too old. He just got like into the NBA. To my knowledge, like I said, I don't really be like watching college basketball. So to my knowledge, he just got into the NBA in, like maybe like 2 years ago, maybe 3, if that. But man, he just gonna take time. Like by year 2, by year 2, 3, he'll be straight. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll see you on this video. We out. Ugh.